Hey guys, it's Dani. So today I'm going to do my December wrap-up and my January TBR. First, I'll do my December wrap-up. The first book that I read in December was Every Day by David Levithan. I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce his last name. I finally figured it out. But I feel like I've been talking about this book so much in my past videos. But I really enjoyed this book. I would give it a 5 out of 5 stars. It was in my Best Books of 2014 video also. And it was really good. It's about a person who travels in bodies. So every day he wakes up as a different person. So it's about that, and there's romance in it too, and it's a really great book. I really recommend it a lot. I really want to read more books by him because I really liked his writing style and I thought it was really interesting. I've never read anything with that kind of a premise to it, and it was really great. The second book that I read in December is City of Ashes by Cassandra Clare. This book also I feel like I've been talking about in all of my videos so far, but I read it in December and it was really great. I would give it a 5 out of 5 stars. This is the second book in the Mortal Instruments series, and I'm really excited to move on and read more books in the series. It was really great. I really recommend this a lot. It's about shadow hunters, and I really don't know how else to describe it, but like I always do, I will leave links below for all the books that I'm talking about. The third book that I read in December is Onyx by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is the second book in the Lux series, and this book is about aliens. And I would give this book a 4 out of 5 stars. It's hard for me to decide between a 4 and a 4.5 because I feel like the first third of the book was not good, and then the rest of the book was like 4.5 out of 5 stars. So I guess I'm rounding it out to a 4 stars. I don't know. I did enjoy this book more than Obsidian, which is the first book in the series, but still I'm not like crazy about it. It's not one of my favorite series. Hopefully I will continue to like this more as I go on to the series, and I want to keep on reading it. I'm really interested in it. It just isn't my favorite. Like I said, this is a book series about aliens. So there's the main character, Katie, who's a human, and then her neighbors are aliens. So it's about that, and I don't want to spoil anything since this is the second book, but it was really interesting. Like I said, I liked it better than the first book, so hopefully they will keep on getting better and better. The fourth book that I read in December is Entwined by Heather Dixon. And this book really disappointed me. I bought this book, so this is my own copy, which I know I have been uploading book hauls, but normally I do not buy books. And so if I am going to buy a book, it's something that I feel like I really, really want, and I've been wanting this book really badly. So I thought I would love it because I normally like fairy tale retellings, which this is what that is, but I really didn't like it that much. It went really slow, and it was I feel like it should have been a lot shorter than it actually was, and I would give this a 3.5 stars. When I was reading it and when I finished it, I would say 4 stars, but as I keep on thinking about it, I hate it more and more. There were just things that really annoyed me about this book, and I didn't really like it too much. Entwined is about a princess named Azalea, and Azalea has 11 sisters. And it's a fairy tale retelling of the 12 Dancing Princesses, and I did not know that fairy tale beforehand. And I actually looked it up afterwards because I thought it didn't really seem like a retelling. I thought it was more just like the actual fairy tale. And it ends up it is pretty different than the actual fairy tale, but still it wasn't that interesting. It didn't seem like that modern of a book, and I just didn't really like it. So her and her 11 sisters, their mother dies, and then they go into mourning, and with the mourning, the king doesn't let them dance, and they love to dance, so they go somewhere and dance every night, and each time they go to this place, they get more and more trapped. It's like magic, and they just get more and more trapped, and it's about that. So really wasn't as interesting as I thought it would be, and I was really disappointed in this book. One thing that was pretty positive about this book, though, is that I really, really like the cover. It's gorgeous, and if you could tell, I don't know if you can, but there is like silver flowers along the edges of this, and I really like that because it actually ties in with the book a lot. And I don't see that happen too much. Like the last book that I just showed, Onyx, like it's a girl and a guy. Like that's a terrible cover. It has like nothing to do with the actual storyline. But this book actually, the cover really does describe the book, and I really like that a lot. The fifth book that I read in December was Illusions of Fate by Kirsten White. I really enjoyed this book a lot. I would give it a 4.5 out of 5 stars. Illusions of Fate is about a girl named Jessamine, and Jessamine moves from her island to a city. And since she's from the island, she's not treated as well because she has like darker skin and stuff. And she goes there to go to school because her dad works at that school. Her dad is from the city. And so her dad will pay for her to go to school, but he hasn't talked to her or anything. And then she meets this guy, and he's magical and royal, and all of this magical stuff comes up. I don't really want to spoil anything, so it kind of took me for surprise the direction it went into. But I really enjoyed this book a lot. Like I said, 4.5 out of 5 stars. The only thing that I would complain about this book is that I felt like it wasn't long enough. It went at a really, really fast pace. I liked everything that happened, but I thought if they made this book a couple 100 pages longer, it would have been even better. A 5-star book, because I really fell in love with this storyline, the world that was in, and I would have liked to learn more about the characters and to get to read a little bit more about it. The last books that I read in 2014 were 2 novellas, which were The Prince and the Guard by Kiera Cass. And these are novellas from the Selection series. And like I said in my Best Books of 2014 video, the Selection series is my favorite series ever. So it's surprising that I've never read the novellas, but I got it from the library and I enjoyed them a lot. I would give both of them a 5 out of 5 stars. And they were really, really great. I enjoyed The Prince a little bit more than The Guard, but I really enjoyed them because I love the storyline, I love the world that's in, I love her writing. So these are great. I can't wait for The Heir to come out in 2015. Those were all the books that I read in December, so now I'll go on to my January TBR. Now that it's January, I'm only going to be on winter break for about a week more, so I'm not going to have as much free time to read. I've picked 3 books for my January TBR that I will definitely get to this month, and hopefully I'll get to a few more also. The first book that I want to read is Afterworlds by Scott Westerfield. I started this at the very, very, very end of December, and I am a little bit over halfway through with this book. It's an insanely heavy book. I got this from the library. I know I will finish this before I get off of winter break, but this book is so, so heavy. Not that it has to do with anything, but also the pages are super white, which you probably can't tell. There's like black on the tops of them. Every other chapter has that black on the top. The other chapters are just regular blank pages. Afterworlds is kind of like 2 stories in one. So the first story is about Darcy. And Darcy wrote a novel and it's getting published, a young adult novel. And it's about her working on her edits and stuff and moving to New York and becoming an author. The second story in the book is her novel called Afterworlds. So it's Darcy's novel. So it's her actual novel that she wrote. So we're on alternating chapters. We're learning about Darcy and her time writing the book and editing it and stuff. And on the other chapters, we're reading her actual book. So it's really interesting. I'm really not liking it as much as I thought I would. There's just plot twists that I didn't really like. It's kind of creepy, actually. Hopefully I will like this more as it goes on. I mean, I'm pretty far into it. I guess you guys will see on my January wrap-up how much I like this book. The next book that I want to read in January is City of Glass by Cassandra Clare. This is the 3rd book in the Mortal Instruments series, and I read the last book in December. So I'm really excited to continue the series, and I actually own this book, so I'm really excited to read it. The 3rd book that I want to read in January is Opal by Jennifer L. Armentrout, and this is the 3rd book in the Lux series, and this is from the library. I'm probably not actually going to read this copy because I just got this, and I only have a week left here. So I don't think I have enough time to read this actual copy. Maybe I'll start it. I don't know. But I think I'll read it on my Kindle. But I'm excited to read it, like I was talking about the book before. So that was my December wrap-up and January TBR. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any book recommendations or comments or questions, please list them below and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.